All right, it's Sylvain here. Welcome. As you probably noticed, I have a little cold, but I decided to do the video anyway. All right, so welcome to my channel. If it's the first time you're on, I'm going to be going over a few pairs in Forex, and that's mainly the topic I'm covering in this channel. Initially started, I wanted to include crypto and stocks and so on, but it becomes a lot. Let's try to master one thing before we go over all over the place. Yeah, and then I'm doing the video in different in the living room today, so it's different. Uh, one day I'll have my dedicated office for it. So in the meantime, I'm just like scrambling wherever it makes sense to do it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Last week I didn't trade too much, except some trades on daily using the scalper strategy. And if you want the details about this one, just get in touch with me. But it's not what I'm gonna share on this video. And then yeah, so for trades, I'm gonna go over real soon here. I didn't get into new trades. I'm still waiting for a couple of pairs in you know decent areas there, and then I'm gonna remain patient until then, unless I see something obviously that makes sense and I'm ready to go. So yeah, let's look into it. Is there anyone? Yeah, it looks like there's someone alive. So welcome. You just say your names. I'll be able to see who that is. Yeah, so let's have a look here. And yeah, I'm rocking a little T-shirt. Eat, sleep, trade, repeat. So not that I do that, but. Um, Trade as much as possible, but not too much. All right, so just want to stay away from the charts uh, from time to time, right? So let's share the screen now. Oh, it's Rob. Well, thanks for joining. Yeah, like I said last week, I'm doing this one on Sunday because I'm traveling towards the Belle Province for Christmas, and then yeah, so going towards Comox tomorrow, and then catching the flight on Tuesday. So yeah, it makes more sense to do it now anyway. Market is open, so that's good. All right, so welcome on the live. So let's join on. No, this bigger screen. Actually, let's put it full screen. As you don't need to see me for that part. So let's quickly have a look here. I'm gonna put my mic closer, make sure the noise is good. Sound, sorry. Let's have a look. I think I'm gonna start with some of the other Australian pairs. Yeah, so I think I've talked about this one last week. Australian dollar, New Zealand. So this one, looks like it's heading all the way down here. Had a little, let's say, bullish. Yeah, not so much a bullish week last week. I think it's more of a kind of small retracement. I think before it keeps going down, and I think that's probably the signal of that. It's probably going to continue to go down. Um, Daily, yeah. So I think there's a small probably retracement there, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back down. But especially if it supports on the 4 hour, it doesn't go any higher than that. I think we might see it kind of going towards this zone, and then where I'm going to be looking at for potential trades there. Um, let's have a look now. Australia, New Zealand. There's not much there. Again, it was that 36 for this pair AUD USD. So 36 was pretty much hit here, there, and then once again, and then once more. I did the trade coming up this way, and it came back down, and it seems like it doesn't want to go past. But I think we were starting to get like the impulse like becoming less and less. It's almost like sideways here. So eventually it's gonna go back up. Uh, I think before it actually goes. Because other than that, I think the zone. I think it's that's lowest as it's been for a while. So if it crosses that, well, they might go down for a little bit more. But I think at some point it's going to go past and regain a little bit speed. I think it's been like heading down. Like I've mentioned that like some of my lives. It's just like Australian dollar's been like going down for forever. So eventually, you know. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I think that one had a strong Swiss franc, Japanese yen. That's last week bullish side, but then you saw again that kind of hitting support at the 200. So now let's wait and see what it's going to do. It might retrace for a while, so let's wait for a potential bearish candlestick, or maybe to the upside again. We'll see. It seems to be probably, if I go even monthly on this one, I think it seems to be catching some momentum on the monthly here. Again, on the monthly, you see that it's hitting 36 again, so that's another zone. So I think let's wait for this one, and then to see a clear picture on where it's going to go. After that, I didn't prepare too much on this one. I'm just gonna go with the flow here. Euro on. I think there wasn't much for this one. Yeah, I think that one is still looking at it. So let's zoom a little bit. Yeah, I was kind of preparing for this one. I'm not gonna trade that one yet. But yeah, it came all the way down here, and then it looked like it almost wanted to cross this one too, but there was some spike here before in 16, so it could still potentially go down even more. So what I'm looking at for this one would be to go on the upside. Oops, I should have been green or whatever. Green. Let's delete that. Boom. Yeah, so I'm looking for the upside on this one, but I need to see like where it's going to signal me it's going to go on the upside, because now, and the way it's starting the week already, it's not signaling any upside, right? But I think that there's quite a big distance here between the averages. Eventually, it's going to come back up a little bit, but yeah, like this one, I'd be waiting for, like if it stops at this zone and we see a bit push, like a green candle, we might signal a bit of upside at this point. But I'm waiting for now. I don't know for Rob, if that makes sense with you as well. But because at this point now, it might still, carry this momentum to the downside. But at this point now, I'm kind of, if so, then I'd be waiting for it to really cross this one, kind of retest it, and then go for it. But it's kind of late, almost like when it passed this year. It's almost too late at this point to enter, I believe, on the sell side. But we could catch some buy side, I think. Euro USD. I don't think there was much in this one. Yeah, it's kind of hitting that trend line, so let's wait and see. It's so close to it now, so you might as well wait, see if it's going to come back down here or cross it. Then if it crossed, then wait for potential entry. So you'd go into lower time frames, and then you see when it gets support on the 36, and eventually on the 4-hour, wait for cross your trend line, and then you can go for it. If it crosses this here, but right now I think I'd still be patient on that. What's been interesting, I think it's on the actual pound pairs. It became crazy a bit last week based on the elections there, and it seems to be carrying with upside momentum early on. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to this area again this week, and then I'll be waiting. Because last time it did that, it went all the way down. Like I said, I was trying to catch a move here, especially on this one. And then I think I'd entered, it started looking good. And then it came back up, snapped my, I put it at break even at that point. And then it went all the way down here for, I don't know, I think it was, 1,800 pips. That's crazy. But let's say at least if I would have caught like 1,000 out of that or something, that would have been awesome. Like I was going with the 1, 2, 3 movement, so I had entered in this area. So let's wait and see. Like I might be looking for the same thing, or then the next play, if it's really got some positive here on the British pound, it might go up to this area. So let's wait and see what it does here. If it's signaling a downside or a buy, and then because it's finally approaching this area on the weekly. I think this one is kind of approaching interesting area as well. British pound, Swiss franc. Again, I think there might be a potential for, let's say, some people to enter like short-term buys here, maybe to this zone, and then wait and see. But usually I'm I enter for a few weeks usually, so I'm not gonna enter it, even though there's still a lot of pips here to be caught. Um, and British pound, Japanese yen, yeah. So it looks now that it might get some momentum. Like it might potentially cross after a long time of that 200, 8th of February 2016. But again, the elections here, like I don't know, it's British pound pairs usually they're pretty volatile, and it'd be like kind of being mindful of that part because it can go one way and then all the way back on another trade. I think I traded a bit of the daily scalping on the Euro USD last week when there was like a crazy day. Let's try to look at the daily, see if I can. Yeah, I think it was on this one. Yeah, because it snapped all the way up, I think, to the like 200, and then came all the way back down. So yeah, that caught some of my orders on this one here. But yeah, it went a bit crazy on that day. It was the same thing for British pairs as well. Uh, yeah. Anything, Rob, you'd like to look at? I don't know if you're looking at any trades at the moment or what else was there interesting? GBP and ZD. Yeah, I think this one's kind of approaching. So all the British pairs, we might get some action soon, whether or not it's to the downside. After it's been going up like quite fast, so there might be some correction soon. Um, and it's the perfect area to be looking for that. As opposed to just looking at like here or something. Like let's look here. There's wick here, there was one here, there's another one, and then they might go back and test it here, and then if you get some kind of good signal to the sell side, I might actually enter on not all of them, but maybe on one pair. GBP CAD might be probably the closest one. GU, yeah, I didn't draw that one. No, yeah, there might be a bit more upside for some of them. So, but it's something to watch anyway for the next coming weeks. It might be a bit quiet, since we're approaching, we're in the holidays and Christmas, but you might see some crazy stuff early on in New Year. So that's pretty much it for this one. Whatever you're looking at is fine. Perfect. Yeah. I think, was there any movement really? So that's been pretty quiet for these ones. And ZDCAD that I entered earlier, that week, it might take profit, but it went higher. But now you probably see a bit slowing down because it was a crazy week. And if you compare it all the rest of the candles here, look at them. It was a pretty solid week. So don't anticipate, or it's not as a surprise that it's coming down. Although we had some probably the same size here, 3 in a row in 2018. But yeah, we probably had a couple, on this move. So it might slow down. It's Christmas and all that. So I think I'll be patient again for this one. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. Let's have a look. Let's remove this. Yeah, so last week was pretty quiet. So going on vacation now, so I might I'll try to do the live next week as well. I'll be doing for somewhere else. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'll keep you guys attuned where I'm going to be and so on. Besides that, again, make sure you can ask questions, comments. It's always, and for those that are catching the recording, obviously, I mean, comment, get involved, and, it's share your passion, share your experience. Sometimes we have bad experience, good experience, and it's good to share it. That's pretty much it. So if you like this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon to be reminded of upcoming videos. And then that'll be it for this week. Have a great trading week, great pre-Christmas. Don't do too much shopping. Don't spend all your trading money on the shopping. And then we'll see you on next week. Thanks, Rob, for watching as well. And then see you next week. Bye.